right, everyone. Welcome Andy Brew to the show. He's a creator over on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube, most notably known for his RPG reactions and Kingdom Hearts theory. You may also know him for his coverage on games like Crash Bandicoot, Black Myth Wukong, the Final Fantasy, Nier, and Persona series, and that's only to name a few. Andy, how are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm honored to be here. I love sitting down and just chatting with friends in the online gaming space about whatever, whenever. So, yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Nice. Well, thank you for coming on to the show. I've seen you create different skits for your playthroughs, create different photos for the ones going along with it. Where did you come up with that idea?
So, I like to treat my live playthroughs because that's like the majority of like what I do. So, like, stream on Twitch and YouTube simultaneously. And what helps with the work-life balance of that is, well, I don't have to edit down YouTube videos. It's just
Yep.
there, Like I don't
Yep.
have time for that, I got a life. I got other things
I
going
know
on. So it's
exactly
there
the
if you want to see
pain.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and I like to treat my, especially for like first time playthroughs that I'm doing, I like to treat it as an event.
Hmm.
So I like to, I don't do it for every single playthrough I do, but I like to just come up with these like stupid, goofy, like low quality like skits
Yeah, and they're
just as like an
usually
intro
yeah.
and just to recap like, oh, previously on, Xenoblade Chronicles or whatever, and then it's a quick little highlight, and then we go into me, and then it just, then we just get into the game. So I like to treat it as an event, and it's not really something that I see a lot of people doing, and it's like I think that would
Exactly.
be fun, and it makes just, I guess, the anticipation for like wanting to, continue streaming that game more fun,
Hmm.
the chat seems to like it. I have a fun time doing it, and yeah, I like to treat it as like an event.
Right. And I feel like maybe more in the past, because I feel like I've actually been watching your content for a few years now. And I feel like in the past you used to have like your friends incorporated in the videos too. How do you pitch
Yeah,
that
I
to
still
them?
do that. I still do actually. Not as much lately because lately, um, it has been just like everyone's like so busy right now,
Right.
and so like I just haven't like I actually for the Xenoblade 2 one because I just made the Xenoblade 2 one. I actually had a plan to have my brother-in-law and sister in
Hmm.
that video, but something came up, just like personal IRL stuff. So I was like, you know
Yeah.
what? I can think of I usually think of the skits the same day that I record
Are
them
recording them?
and edit
Okay, okay.
them, outside of maybe a couple. But so because
Right.
I'm just like, again, it's just like it's a fun little thing. But yeah, I kind of just like, not a lot of my friends, but my closest friends, they know that like I do this for fun.
Right.
And so I'll just like message like my buddy Ryan, for example. He's been in a couple. I'll just be like, hey man, miss you, bro. And then I'll be like,
Oh no.
you want to get lunch? And then we'll just like hang out, and I'll be like, so
About
you
this
want to be in
lunch.
a you want to be in like a YouTube intro,
Yeah.
and he's like, yeah, man. And it doesn't even take that long.
Yeah.
It'll take me sometimes like 20 minutes
Oh
because
wow.
it's not
Yeah.
long. I'm
Yeah.
just like, yeah, like that sounds good. All right, we'll put it all together. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
um but yeah, actually, the most recent one that I actually had, I got two of my friends for. I was gonna do a playthrough of Final Fantasy X too, and
Okay.
so I had an intro made, and I had it for the first stream, but then I hated playing the game. So like that was
Oh
the only
no.
time that you
It's like the
saw
one,
it.
right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And they haven't been in one before, but it's great. I still have it. I still have it
Oh
if you
my
ever want to see
gosh.
it. But it was fun. Like we literally just went to like this like little plaza outside of an ice cream shop,
Hmm.
and I just had them sit there and I'm like, here's what I want you to say. Just be yourself and make it just goofy, like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
improvise. Like, here's like what I want you to say, but like you can improvise. It's more fun that way. Um, so that was the most recent one with friends, but that one has only aired once because I didn't continue the playthrough. I did end up
Wow.
watching the cutscenes though to attend because I wanted the story, right? I just didn't
Right.
enjoy playing the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a lot of my friends, I mean, I do a lot of them just on my own, but like,
Mm.
um, it usually comes up over I'll usually just want to get lunch or dinner with them anyway, and then I'll just be
Right.
like, "So I'm
Under
doing
the
this. Do you
guise
just
of
want to be a
work.
part of it? Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Do you just want to be a part of it?" And they'll be like,
Yeah.
"Yeah." Like I think for the that literally the Persona 5 Royal one, my
Yeah.
it was my buddy Andrew. We got
Hmm.
Chipotle, and I was like, "Well, I'm planning on making like an intro because we're in the city,
Yeah.
for I live in Pittsburgh."
Right.
And I was like, you just want to like walk with me, just like I just want to just record you, just like walking around, being like,
Hmm.
"Whoa, like we're in the city," And then it's fun because I also get to get like in that one, there was like a quick zoom in of just like a chicken crossing the road, and I was
Oh.
like, "This is perfect. It's so
Right.
funny, and it makes
Right.
no sense." So I like it's just a lot of things I kind of just come with up with on the fly. It's easy to convince my sister to do stuff. My sister and I are very close, so I've had her in a
Yeah.
couple. And yeah,
She's
I
also
mean,
an
it's
emote
just
over on your channel, right?
she is, yes, yeah. It's the Kappa emote. Well, it's technically not called that. I want to change it to that, but
Yeah.
and that came from just I was out to lunch with her, and my mom, and I like took a picture of them, and that's the face that she was making, and I'm like, I'm gonna use that.
This is mine
It's
now.
great. Yeah,
Now you're just gonna
but yeah,
be.
so I like to do intros for my live playthroughs and things like that, and most of the time people just say yes, like I'll be in a video, like that sounds cool.
Right.
But a lot of times it's just like me by myself, and then like I'll add like voices for like a sentient chair or something, or
True,
like
true. Now that
it's
you're
just
saying
whatever
that,
it
they're all
is.
like flooding back into my brain of the ones that I've
Yeah.
seen before.
Mhm. But then
Um,
there are times where I'm just like, you know what? I don't have any creative idea for this, so I'm just gonna have like the the menu screen, and it's just like previously on this. It's just like it just
yeah,
depends on
yeah.
what I'm feeling. I can't. I'm not that creative, to be honest.
I
Like I
beg to
just
differ.
come up with
That's why you're
things. I just
here.
come up with things on the
Yeah.
fly most of the time.
Well, speaking of your creativity, how did you start your streaming journey? I don't know that I
Yeah.
actually know this about you, to be honest.
Yeah, well, there's a lot you don't know about me. Uh,
Okay.
not to be like super ominous or anything, but I'm being goofy.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so I this was in it was like pre Kingdom Hearts 3 whenever I decided I wanted to just do
Goodness.
something.
You're
Yeah, I've
grandfathered
been doing it
in.
for a while. I so I was just kind of like feeling like, I like love video games. I just want to like share my experience with people
Hmm.
and just like just put me out there, I guess. And Kingdom Hearts 3 was like right it was about to come out, and I'm like, well, this is perfect. This is my favorite series of all time. Like I might as well just stream the game. Now I didn't
Right.
have a PC at the time, so I
Okay.
was doing PS4 share potato
Mm-hmm.
streams, and they're still there. They're all like everything is still there from like 6 years ago. It's all there. It's all on my channel. I don't delete anything.
Wow.
But yeah, I just wanted to like do it, and I just like got like a camera for the PlayStation 4, and I set it up in my basement, just in like my giant area in my basement.
Right.
And then I just hit go live and just well actually so before that I tried to do stuff on my laptop because I did have a laptop, but it was a pretty
Mm-hmm.
terrible laptop. So I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't really stream on it, but I would record myself doing like kind of like a marathon of the Kingdom Hearts series leading up to Kingdom Hearts 3. Those videos aren't there anymore. I actually got rid of those. I just said I don't delete stuff, and then I deleted that stuff.
Liar.
They were, I know, but it was like, I mean, like frame
Yeah,
drops. Like I went back and watched it because like whenever you're recording it, it's like okay, it looks all right, but then you go back and watch it, I'm like, wow, this is like really bad. And it just wasn't
Especially
working
looking
on
back,
my.
you know.
Yeah. And even, I mean, I look back at like my stuff now and I'm like, I can't believe I sounded like that. Like I sounded
Oh,
so
trust me,
nasally
I know what you
and
mean.
cringy, and I'm like, oh, but it's legacy, like it's there, you know.
No, yeah,
Um,
you
so
definitely have
yeah,
points to grow from.
for sure. And so I just wanted to, I did PS4 share for like a year and a half until
Wow.
I got a PC, and it was in the middle of my FF7 remake playthrough where
Okay,
I
okay.
actually, you know, abandoned the PS4 share, you know,
Wow. So did you end up
abandoned that.
making your own PC, or did you buy one?
I bought one. I was like, I
Yeah.
could probably, because I had, well, so my buddy Ryan that I mentioned, he like
Hmm.
builds PCs for fun. And I
Oh,
was like,
okay.
I could just go to him, but also like, he's, you know, he's like married, like he's busy. And I'm like, and he's got like a full-time job. And like,
Right.
I mean, I did too, but like, he's got like a big full-time job, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm not going to bother him, and it's just a lot of work. I'm just gonna buy one. So I bought one on a Cyber Monday,
Oh, okay.
um, and I got a pretty good deal on it. I got it for like $300 cheaper than what it was listed for.
Nice, because they are pretty
And yeah,
pricey.
yeah, they are. um, but yeah, so I wanted to just put myself out there, and I just love video games, and like I would just, you know, even growing up, like I played video games all the time, and
Hmm.
sometimes like too much to where my parents were like, "Why don't you go touch grass?" And I'm like,
Actually,
I did touch grass today, like because
in
like well, I
game.
was very, but the
Yeah.
thing is like I was very active like growing up. I still am,
Hmm.
but like in high school, like I played sports year round. So I
Right.
was a soccer player. I was on the bowling team, and I played tennis. And I played
Bowling.
tennis in college too. So
Wow.
like I was busy, you know, and I just like whenever I got home, and if I didn't have homework, I just wanted to play video games. I
Right.
just wanted to chill and play some games. So like, and you know, I mean, my parents actually were like pretty lenient for the most part. With like how much time I spent, because a lot of times I would be like playing with my friends. Um, but yeah, they would like joke with me. That they would be like, "Come on, like go do something else." But like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
so yeah, I just like I've always loved video games growing up. My first video game ever was Crash Bandicoot on the PlayStation 1, and
Okay, that was my next question.
it's
What did you play growing
yes,
up? I need to know.
yeah,
Because
it was
sometimes the stuff that
Crash.
you're known for aren't the same things that you're the biggest fan of, you know?
Yeah,
But maybe
yeah.
for you it is.
So I'll get into that. So
Mhm.
like I'll say, so actually before I get into that, originally my channel was going to be a mix of a couple different things. A lot of people don't know this about me. I used to write spoken word poetry.
I
And
am actually shocked.
yes,
I
I
was
did.
not
And
expecting that one.
yes, no, like not a lot of people know that, but like if
Right.
you were like an OG day one, you knew that because I actually like uploaded a couple videos of
Okay.
just like stuff that I did. And it was just like voiceover with like
Okay.
I don't know, you know, it wasn't like anything crazy.
Dramatic.
I mean, a little
And
bit.
then
I
the
don't even
wind in the
remember, to
trees,
be
right?
honest. But like I was like, how cool would it be to do like spoken word poetry, but like with the games I'm playing, and then like come up with something like
Okay.
super
Okay.
deep, that actually people relate to and things like that. So I did like a couple, and then I was like, I just want to play video games though. So then I kind of
Right.
abandoned that. I haven't written anything in forever. But originally, that was the idea, and then I was also gonna like do playthroughs and stuff like that. And then, but then like I played Kingdom Hearts 3, and then that like actually got traction, and
Okay.
and then my one buddy was like, because I would like text him because he's also a Kingdom Hearts fan. I'd be like, dude, like, did you see this trailer? Oh my gosh, like that sliver of hair under the hood. I think that's Shion, and I think she's Norden. Like I
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
like breaking down the trailer for me. He's like, dude, you should just like make a Kingdom Hearts video.
Right.
And I'm like, oh yeah, now I have a YouTube channel. I guess I will. The first ever like theory video I did, and I think it's still my most popular
Mhm.
theory. It has to do with Dark Inferno being connected to Ephemer.
Mhm.
And so that was like my first theory video. It's not even a good video, but I just like,
Why do you
I
say that?
watched. Well, it's okay. So like you go back and like you look at yourself and you're just
Mhm.
like, I can just hear like things in my voice, just the way
Right.
that I like was like speaking, and I'm like, I could have like enunciated that
Like
better.
inflections and
And
things like that.
yeah, and things like
Yeah.
that or whatever. Like the video itself was not bad, but like I just thought of like, okay, like all of the YouTubers that I watched for like Kingdom Hearts, so like
Right.
HMK, Gamers Joint, Skyward Wing, Sarah Key,
Mhm.
when they would do videos like that, I was like, okay, like what would they do? Now
Right.
I just need to do something similar. Like I wasn't like trying to copy anybody, but I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, like this is how you make a Kingdom Hearts theory video in my head. It's like,
Right.
okay, here's
The
my
formula is
intro.
there. Right.
I'm gonna write the script beforehand, and then I record the script after I write it, and then I get the clips, and
Mhm.
then I put everything together. It's like a puzzle. And
Yeah.
then I'm like, oh yeah, this fits with this and this and that. And then that's like I was like, okay, like I think I figured it out. And then that video did pretty well. And then so originally I was just gonna do like because I was thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, should I like just be a Kingdom Hearts content creator then?
Mhm.
Because like this stuff was doing well, and then I made like a couple more Kingdom Hearts videos, and I'm like, whoa, like this is like going somewhere. And then I was like, but I want to play more games. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
bored. Even though if it's my favorite series, I want to like I didn't want to like just do that.
Right.
So then I played my second game I ever streamed was Nier Automata,
Love it.
and loved that game. And then I played Sekiro, and then that sparked my love for like
Yeah.
Souls and like
Cuz
FromSoft games and things like
your
that.
RPG, your love for RPGs is kind of all over the map, and I appreciate it because I feel like I
Yeah,
appreciate the same, if not similar, games.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And the other thing too is like I kind of just, uh, and this is just kind of like a side thing, but
Yeah.
I was like, man, it'd be really cool to like get my YouTube channel monetized, like hit a
Yeah.
thousand subscribers and then
Yeah.
4,000 hours of watch time or whatever it is. So like
Right.
that was my goal, and then I did it in like the
Oh.
first year or so,
Yeah.
and I was like, cool, like that.
Easy.
Just to
Yeah.
say that I did it. It was
Yeah.
literally just to say that I did it, because in my head it's like, the imposter syndrome kicks in. And it's like, I don't know if I could really do this. And then like it actually helped that for a good chunk of the time I was just talking to myself,
Yeah.
because like I could actually like, like I love having my chat and interacting
Mhm.
with them, but
Mhm.
like I love just focusing on what's happening in the game
Yeah.
and reacting and commenting on things that are going on. And so like I think that has helped me just be like, I'm not perfect obviously, but like just be better at doing this stuff. Like I like doing stuff like this and doing things live than like
Right.
doing pre-recorded like scripted stuff. I actually
Right.
struggle hard like looking at the camera and then like
Yeah.
having a
Me too.
line in
I'm
my
like, no,
head,
don't look at me.
and I'm like, what the heck? Like it takes me so long to do. I'd rather just do it live,
Right.
because it's more natural that way. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of another reason, and just to say that I could do it. And then yeah, my first game was Crash Bandicoot
Mm.
on the
Mhm.
PlayStation 1, and to this day the orange rat is still
The orange rat.
he's
Yeah.
still my boy. That's my
Yeah.
son, right? Like it's my second favorite franchise right behind Kingdom Hearts, which should make no sense whatsoever, but that's just
You're like
me, like
platformers, JRPG with Disney
yeah, yeah, yeah,
characters.
yeah.
And that's okay. What else did you play growing up outside of those two?
I didn't play a huge variety of things growing
I
up. I
I
played a
know
lot of the
exactly
same
what you mean.
stuff.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
feel like
because
for me, It was like
Go ahead.
Kingdom Hearts and
Yeah.
then some random stuff here and there, but it was never consistently,
Yeah.
sinking my teeth into that.
Yeah, it was like, because like people ask me, or people be like, "Oh my gosh, you never played this game?
No,
Like, how
yeah,
could you
I
never play this
totally
game?" I'm like,
understand
brother,
that.
do you know how many video games
Yeah,
exist out there? Like, no. And also, like, I was only allowed to play certain things because, like, my parents were like moderately strict.
yeah,
I was not allowed to play rated M games. I was barely allowed to play rated T games
right,
growing up. Like they would have to like actually like see it and be like, okay, like we could let you play
right.
this and things like that. So like I played a lot of Crash, so much Crash. I played a lot of Kingdom Hearts. I played a lot of Spyro, Sly Cooper.
Right.
Never got into Final Fantasy growing up. I attempted. So funny story about this. On the Yeah, I think on the SNES. I think FF7 was on the SNES. But I didn't own one, but my cousins did.
Yeah.
And one of them had not Final Fantasy 7, sorry, it was the original Final Fantasy.
Oh my
And I
goodness. That
played
feels ancient.
yeah. So after playing Kingdom Hearts 1, I was like, who are like, oh, these are like Final Fantasy
Right.
characters? Like, what's that? And I'm like, oh, maybe I should just start with like the very first one, thinking that like, everything's connected.
Yeah, whoa.
Cloud Strife is
Yeah.
in FF1. He's gonna,
You're like,
which was
easy.
not the case. And I'm like, and I like played it one time, and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, I didn't even get past the first area because I just didn't
Yeah.
know what I was doing. And I'm like, this
Yeah.
isn't what I thought it was. Now, fast forward like until literally last year, I got the Pixel remasters on the Switch.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I've been going through like all of like the early ones. Like I finished FF1 and it was actually really good now that I know what I'm doing. And I'm playing
Yeah.
through FF2 right now. Not as good, but it's something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I played a lot of Smash Brothers. I played a lot. Yeah, I didn't get into Final Fantasy until Final Fantasy 15 actually. That was my first.
Oh my
I
goodness. That's
started with
crazy.
15, which is why it's one of my favorites, despite how flawed it is. I love that game so much. So that's what got me into Final Fantasy. What else did I play growing up? Oh, I'm trying to think. Like I played like a lot of like Star Wars games. So I went through
Yeah.
a huge Star Wars phase. Like
Yeah.
OG Battlefront 2 is one of the goats in my opinion. It's so good. I played like some really oddball games. Like I'm off the top of my
Mm-hmm.
head, my sister and I played Tom and Jerry War of the Whiskers on PlayStation 2. It's literally a
Ooh.
fighting game, but it's
What?
Tom and Jerry characters, and it's so stupid, but it's
Oh my
great.
gosh.
Like I like remember like I did stuff like that. I played like a lot of like I never got into a lot of like legacy games, but I would play like a lot of like the off-brand ones. So like my first, not
Yeah.
off-brand, but like the weird ones. So like my introduction to Sonic was Shadow the Hedgehog on
Okay.
PlayStation 2.
Right.
That was my first Sonic game, and I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I loved it. I did. And then I played like Sonic and the Secret Rings, which is an oddball game, Sonic and the Black Knight, which is another oddball game, Sonic Heroes, which is probably the most
Sonic
normal Sonic
fan
game that I
here.
played.
Who knew?
Yeah, and then like Sonic Unleashed, and but like I never played like saw the Sonic Adventures. I never played the originals. I never played the
Right.
ones that like people were like these are like the games to play.
Yeah.
So I played a lot of like the oddball ones. A lot of Mario growing up, a lot of Mario, a lot of Mario handheld Mario. Super Mario
Right.
Brothers 3 on the Game Boy Advance, I was addicted to. That was like the game where like my parents would send me to bed and I would have my Game Boy tucked under my pillow because I wanted to keep playing
Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers 3, and they would like, if I hear them coming,
Oh no. Yeah.
because I had an SP, so I could flip it. I would just close it and pretend like I was sleeping, and then yeah. So a lot of handheld stuff. I in high school, and this will surprise you, but like I played a lot of like Call of Duty,
I'm not
Battlefield,
surprised by that.
Halo. Well, here's the thing, is I don't play those games anymore. I
No,
just
but I
don't.
think it's like if
Right?
you were alive in that time, you were playing those
Yeah.
games. Or like,
Yeah. So like,
alive and a
and I
teenager.
was, yeah, and I was like, I mean, like I played, like I was like 10th prestige level 70 in Modern
Oh
Warfare
my
2.
goodness.
I
So are
played,
you
I
getting the
put,
new Black Ops 7?
don't care. I don't care. I'm a changed man.
Okay.
Um, I did play a lot of zombies though, Black Ops 1 zombies.
Right.
But yeah, I played a lot of Battlefield, a lot of Halo, a lot of Destiny, a lot of Destiny 1.
Hmm.
Because like I had like, all my friends were playing it, so I wanted to play with them. And then
Right.
when I got to college, I experienced the beauty of like just more like single player games. Like I've played those
Yeah.
growing up, but like I like just started getting, I'm like, wow, like I just enjoy, I think I enjoy this more than like what I was doing before. So yeah, I kind of played not a huge variety of things. I more so like
I
sunk a
don't know
lot of
about you.
time into
Everything
like,
you just spewed out was a huge variety.
well, it's funny. Well, I guess like in terms of different games, but like I played a lot of
Yeah.
the same stuff. Like, like I probably had like 300 hours in the Modern Warfare 2 or something like that. I
Yeah.
probably had like I had
Yeah.
hundreds in the Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. Like I just
Hmm.
played a lot of the same things
Yeah.
because like that's just what I enjoyed, and I didn't really branch out a ton until I got to college and then I started and then when I started especially when I started streaming, that's whenever I started to really just like discover like the beauty of like JRPGs and like all these like different JRPGs
And a
and
story
like
based game and seeing
yeah,
how
yeah,
the
yeah. And so
character. I
and
personally love a
streaming
character arc.
actually
So I'm like,
yeah,
get me to the end of
yeah.
this.
And streaming helped actually motivates me to continue playing those games
Right.
because a lot of times like I'll be real, if I didn't make time to stream, I don't really play a lot of stuff off stream anymore nowadays. Like I
Hmm.
do, but I don't. I usually streaming kind of helps me like be like, okay, I'm gonna play this game
Right.
and I'm gonna finish this game. I'm gonna make time to do this. Whenever I was in like, pre-college, I just played video games all the time. But like then you become an adult and
Yeah. And then your
then
time is
like
slim. And then you have things to do.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And so I just didn't like have time to just play a ton of stuff in my own time unless I was playing with
Hmm.
friends. Um and like every now and then like I'll make time because I do feel like as a streamer, you need to have that game that you just play in your off time or you're gonna go crazy. Like
Yeah. I
I have
think
at
so
least
too. Yeah.
one, I usually have two that I'm like, okay, I'm like right now I'm playing the Oblivion remaster
Hmm.
and I'm playing Elden Ring Night Rain for the most part in my off time. And
Yeah.
then like I'm gonna play Doom whenever I get the chance. But like you
Hmm.
need that game you need like something to play in your free time. But like it's usually like I can only log like a couple hours, here or there if I'm not streaming. Just because again, like it's life, like you're an adult, I've got to work
Right.
and I've got other things. Yeah, I have a life outside of this. This is not my job. I do this for fun. If this was my job, I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much, to be honest.
Right. So
Yeah.
if that was a scenario that was feasible and could pay your bills, would you want to do content creation as a full time job?
Not full time, no. I don't think I would
Okay.
do it full time. I
There's
think
not
I
very many
would.
people that would agree with you. You know that?
I know. Well,
I
here's the
personally
thing. Yeah,
do,
and I
but
yeah, and no, but I understand that because it's like, of course, like who wouldn't want to, just like get paid,
hmm.
make a living off of just playing video games for people. The thing with me is like I do like too much outside of this
Hmm.
to like I don't think people realize the commitment that it takes to like because like I don't just stream, I make videos too,
Yeah.
and I haven't made some in a while. I'm actually working on two very big projects right
Hmm.
now, but I keep putting them off because it's like, well, I want to stream this and
Yep.
I've got other things I got to do. Like for example, I'm very heavily involved with my church and I serve with the youth
Hmm.
ministry in my church. So like I was actually just there before coming here.
Yeah.
So like I just have other things going on that are more of a priority to me. And then like
Hmm.
this is something where like I want to make time for it, but like it's a hobby. And I feel like if I were to commit to doing something like this full time, I feel like, to be honest, it would kind of consume me in a
Yeah.
way to where I would just kind of forget about,
Hmm.
the stuff that really matters to me personally. And
Yeah.
just like not saying this doesn't matter. I love
No,
doing
no,
this
I
and I
get exactly what you're
love,
saying.
my chat and,
Hmm.
just people who like I interact with in my community and things like that. But I would at the most do this as like a part-time thing. I would not want to commit to full time because then you have to think about like, okay, like the beauty of doing this as a hobby is, and this has just been my channel since I started. I just do whatever I want. I don't have to
Yeah.
think about
Yeah.
appealing to a certain audience or
Right.
whatever to pay the bills,
Hmm.
because like whenever you do this full time, you have to really think about like, okay, like, you know, a lot of people seem to really like this type of content, so like maybe I should play this game next. But I really want to play this game, even though this
Hmm.
game doesn't really fit in that niche of things that my community is engaging with, you
Yeah.
know? So like I just do whatever I want. I don't care. And it's great. It's so
And good on
liberating and
you
it's
because
freeing.
not a lot of people will.
Well, but like, and every time, like if people ever ask me for advice of like how to like do a YouTube channel, I say do not look at my channel at all. I'm probably the worst example. Go look at somebody like the Landy Lodge, where like
Hmm.
he's consistent. Just that shout out to the Landy Lodge, by the way. He's one of
Hmm.
my best friends
Hmm.
on the internet. But like that dude, he consistently pumps out like Kingdom Hearts content. That's like the niche, and he gets really good viewership and engagement off of that. And like that's like his thing. And it's podcasts. And every now and then he sprinkles like FF7,
Yeah.
the very once in a blue moon Soul Calibur,
Yeah, yeah.
podcast or video or whatever the heck it is. Um, but like that if you want to look at a successful channel,
That's the
that's who I
one.
go to. KH Guides is another example.
Hmm.
That's who I would look at. You can ask me for advice, but I will give you advice if you want to do it as a hobby and you don't care what
Hmm.
people think and you don't care about, like trying to make it big,
Right.
right? Like I'll be real, like if I wanted to actually intentionally like grow my channel, or actually I guess keep growing my channel to something to where it could be something like that, I would have never stopped doing Kingdom Hearts content. And the other thing I would have never stopped doing was Genshin Impact, because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
played a
I
lot of
saw that video
Genshin.
pop off. It's one of your most popular.
It is. And like, and then all my Genshin content, like people just started consuming the Genshin stuff. And I got a lot of subscribers from it. And I'm like, this is cool. But then like I lost interest in the game. And I did not want to play a game just to appease an audience. Like if
Mm.
I'm not enjoying it, they're not going to enjoy it. It doesn't matter how many clicks or how much
Hmm.
engagement. Hi, Kitty. It doesn't matter how
Yeah.
much you. It doesn't matter. Like that doesn't matter at the end because like I'm not enjoying it.
Hmm.
And if I wanted to like make this a thing, I just would have just stuck with that, you know?
Right.
Or
Oh
I would
my
just
god.
like right
I'm so
now, I would
sorry.
just no, you're fine. This is great. I love cats. Um,
He I don't know, is needy sometimes. It's just
aw, yeah, cute.
anyway,
But
he'll
yeah,
get down in
just
a
to say
second.
kind of like I feel like I have been in multiple situations where I looked at my channel and I'm like, you know what? Like, I think I really could do this full time if I just did this. Because like JRPGs are another thing on my channel that a lot of people
Yeah.
watch. Persona 5 was a big one. Claire Obscure, I just
Yeah.
finished that game and people have been like, I started uploading that like like TikToks of that and like
Yeah.
that stuff
And they have
blew
been going
up and
crazy too. Oh my
they
gosh.
have
Okay,
been
sorry.
like so
Gizmo, please.
it's engagement that I've never seen before, but like here's the thing, and this is just for anybody, like that stuff does not fulfill me.
Hmm.
And like it's not, at least for me, It's not fulfilling. It's not. I got a little taste of what it's like for like certain videos to go viral, and I'm just like, it's just not like it's cool, and I could just
Right.
say that I did it, but it's not like that isn't
It's
like
almost like
fulfilling to
hollow.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's like, and like, yeah, for like some people, if that's what you strive for and you
Yeah.
love doing it, great. I still love doing it, but I cannot see myself doing this full time. Like I had the opportunity to, and again, if I wanted to, I would have never live streamed on YouTube and uploaded videos at the same time because that screws up the entire your entire algorithm.
Yeah.
Doing that, that actually hurts your channel more. So, long story short, I have a lot to say about like this topic, and I'm glad we're talking about it because I don't get to talk about it much, like with people.
Hmm.
I um
And I do
I
think
love
like
doing.
it's great to have a
Yeah,
wide scale of people who do make it their bread and butter and want that. But then I do think it's
that's
really
great.
important to hear
Yeah,
the other side because it's
yeah,
really easy to get sucked into the hole of let me just give more, give more, give more, and then yeah, you have less and
and then you
less.
get burnt out.
Yeah,
You cannot you can't fill a cup if your cup is empty. You
yeah,
know,
exactly.
like you and I could see myself getting to the point where it's like if I just focus on this, like I was gonna burn myself out, and I just yeah, and I've said it before many times because like this is the expectation that I want to set of like I am not gonna do this forever. There is gonna be a time where I'm gonna call it quits.
Yeah.
But I'm still doing it now and I'm gonna have fun with it,
Hmm.
but I'm not gonna do it forever. Like I have other things that I want to do in my life, and I love doing content creation. I love live streaming. I love doing all that stuff. I've made so many amazing friends because of it. But for me, it's not something that I would make a career because I don't think I would enjoy it and it would fulfill me as much as it is now as just a hobby that I can just do whenever I want without thinking about certain things and all the metrics and analytics
Hmm.
and whatever the heck it is. Um, and with that being said, I mean I love doing it. I was even telling you like, and I'm not gonna this is hush hush, but before we started, I had an idea of something that I wanted to do
Hmm.
that I've been wanting to do for a while, and I still want
Very
to do
exciting
it, but
stuff.
like yeah, I still want to do it, but it's just like, I'm not going to invest my entire being into it because I know myself and I know my limitations and I know that like again, it wouldn't be enjoyable for me if I saw this as a career that I was trying to build.
Right. So when you say that, is that the motivating factor to create like a fine line between the online and the offline world? Like how do you balance
Oh,
that?
100%. Yeah. Yeah, so th- honestly like just the having the mindset of like this is not my job
Yeah. No, I get you.
helps so much. It helps so much. um Now as I don't have good advice for people who like want to do this full time,
No,
because it's
yeah.
like
You speak on
if you want
whatever
to do
is
it.
important to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if you're somebody who wants to be a content creator full time, go listen to people who are doing this full time and hear their
Right. Who
experience.
also
I'm
have those
telling
same
you,
values.
yes,
Right.
I like having for me the mindset of like, okay, this is not my job, which means I can do it whenever I want. I so like what I'm trying to do right now, and it kind of depends on like what games are out. Like when Expedition 33 was out, I was addicted to that game, and I'm like, I
Mhm.
just want to play this game every single day. So
Right.
I streamed it like every day for a week, and I loved it. Had a great time. I had the time to do it as well. But like this summer is very busy for me, so it's like I only am really gonna have time to stream maybe a couple times a week, maybe, and there's other things I want to do in the background,
Right.
things like that. And I got a lot of like IRL stuff going on. It's all good things, it's not bad stuff. It's just like a
Yeah.
lot going on, and I have
Yeah.
friends, and that I want to hang out with. And I said earlier I'm heavily involved with my church and things like
Mhm.
that. And I yeah, I think the mindset of like for me, and again, this is not going to relate to everybody, you know, because not everybody is like me, where, you know, it's not my job. And because it's not my job, I can do when I want, what I want, when I want. And I think, like, for me, I guess in a more practical sense, the balance that I have found that I think is healthy is to stream no more than 3 times a week, or do
Yeah.
something no more than 3 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
Two is like, that's like where I want to be. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
actually, two or three. Um, I would only go beyond that if like there was something special happening, or
Mm-hmm.
like there, you know, we had Summer Games Fest,
Mm-hmm.
you know, this
Yeah.
whole weekend. So it just like depends. But or if there's, you know, like if when Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out, I'll probably play that every freaking
I
day
know.
on stream, you
No,
know?
yeah.
It just
And you
depends.
kind of almost
But
have to, because if not, you may or may not get spoiled. So you're like, well,
exactly,
let me
yeah.
just blinders on.
Yeah, so and so I tried for me, um you know, like for example, like Tuesday nights I'm always busy. So like I'm always busy
Hmm.
on Tuesdays. So like that I don't even think
Right.
about content. I'm not even like, I'm barely even on social media on certain days, because it's like
Hmm.
this is what I have going on and I want to focus on this. So yeah, like a couple days a week is like healthy for me. With some of these like bigger video projects that I've been working on, something that's helped me a
Yeah.
lot is I try to dedicate like 30 minutes to an hour every night or every other night just working on it. And
That's
then
good
but
discipline,
once I
though.
hit,
Yeah.
yes, and it's well, it and so like I do that, and then like sometimes if I'm feeling extra motivated, I'll go longer. But like once I hit that hour mark, I'm like, okay, I hit my goal for today. I'm gonna save it. I'm not gonna think about it until the next day.
Yeah.
And so I can do that with like bigger projects. I'm doing that right now with a really big project. Um, but like then there's like, you know, sometimes like I just get like the the motivation to be like, oh my gosh, I want to make this thing right now. Like some of my theory videos that I've done, they just like come to you, and then I just
Hmm.
like start writing stuff down. I'll do get the whole thing done in a day.
Yeah.
Like script, recorded, video put together, uploaded, out, it's out there. I'll get it, like I've
Yeah.
done that before, but it's rare. It's rare, and I have to like make sure I have the time to do it, you know.
Yeah.
Um
Well, when you're passionate
yeah,
about something and then the
yes.
inspiration hits, it's kind of like you want to take off.
Yes, yeah. So I've been getting better at like disciplining myself with like just in terms of, because like making YouTube videos is, it's a lot of work, and it's so time consuming.
Yep.
And the thing that has also helped me is like I used to put like restrictions on myself, like I have to get it out by this time, but that
Okay.
just like made me more stressed.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wait a minute, like I don't think anybody's doing this. And even if someone does do it, I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't care,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So like whatever. So I'm just gonna like get it out whenever it's ready. I mean, you know, when it's done, and I'm not gonna push myself too hard. I do the same thing with like just chores around my house too, and just
Oh
like
yeah.
cleaning my
Okay.
house. Oh yeah, like it's like, because like I'll make a list and I'm like, okay, like I have this super long list of things I gotta do. I gotta clean the bathroom, I gotta do laundry, I gotta wash the dishes because I didn't for the last 2 days and they're piling up.
Oh
Like I've
no.
gotta take my grandma to get blood work done because I've been spending a lot of time with my grandma lately. You know, just like
Yeah.
there's a lot of things. And
Yeah.
so like it's like, okay, and then I start to prioritize things, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll vacuum today, but the bathroom, I'll do that on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
So like it's like, okay, like I'm gonna work on stuff at like chunks at a time and eventually get them done, and that's how I think I operate best.
Yeah.
Because like if I look at like a whole list of tasks, and
Right.
this can be with content creation too, if I look at a whole list of tasks I have to do, I get overwhelmed, and then I freeze, and then I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do this, and then I don't get anything done.
Right.
It happens a lot, but I've been better at just like managing my tasks, I guess. And it's kept me productive. Another thing, going to the gym, especially
Oh, big gym guy.
especially Yeah, well, not big gym guy. I only go for like an hour and a
No,
half
yeah.
max.
That's a long
Um,
time. That's a long
well,
time to
like
be in the
okay, so
gym.
like I always so like whenever I go to the gym, my first 30 minutes is spent running,
Hmm.
and then I do like lifting for an hour. But like
Uh,
it's kind of like lenient,
right.
like so um I'll do that and then I'll go and I'm like, oh, I feel very productive. Like I feel like I can go
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's a mental
It's a
thing for
mental
me.
thing. Huge. That's how it
Yes,
is for me.
huge
Anytime
mental thing.
I do any exercise, honestly, it keeps me sane because if
Yeah,
not, I'll just keep
yeah,
spinning and spinning and spinning. I'm like, okay, I
yes.
need to go do something else.
So that helps me, and I've been very on and off with like the gym. I've been consistently going for the last few months, which has been good,
Mm-hmm.
because I want to get back into that rhythm of just like I want to start my day off strong so I can finish strong, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I yeah, it helps me just be more productive. Just it's because the blood is pumping, and it's like okay, now I can like now I feel motivated to like do this or do that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, uh, hopefully this doesn't come off weird, but you seem like a very confident, like well-spoken person. Do you feel like you were always that way, even before you pressed go live on the PlayStation 4? Like, do you feel like it's
Mhm.
been an arc of becoming
Well,
this?
so yeah,
Because you
that's a good
also
question.
present and you do a lot of speaking events, so
Yes, yes. It depends on the so whenever I started streaming, I was very nervous, so nervous. Like, because I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't even know if I have the right equipment. I don't even know if like it's gonna work.
mhm,
There's like a lot of factors into it, and I just like didn't know what I was doing. And then as I just got experience, I got very comfortable with it to where like most of my streams, it's gonna be like this. I talk
yeah.
a lot, right? Sometimes that's a problem because I have a habit of I feel like I pay attention pretty well when like really important cutscenes are playing. But of
Right.
course, like I have to say something when the biggest bombshell drops, and I'm just like,
Oop.
oh, what? And then I get grilled for it in the comments, and I'm like, I promise I'm watching the cutscenes. It's just the
Right.
timing is terrible. Um,
That's what drove me
so
nuts
I
about editing Twitch VODs. It's like I just would never shut
yeah.
up because you're trying to like not have just dead air time. So you're like blah blah blah, and then a
Well,
cutscene
it's
comes up,
not
and you're
even
like, dang
that.
it.
It's not even that. I'm just a verbal processor. Like
Uh,
I have to verbally process like what's going on,
mhm.
And so I yeah, I guess like in terms of streaming, I wasn't as nervous to like just talk to myself because like I'm a tennis player, there's no one else on the court but you and the other
Okay,
guy
I
you're
was like,
playing. I
wait, what
talk to
does this
myself all.
mean?
Okay,
I'm
so
not a
like
tennis player, so please explain.
Okay, so I played. I mean, I played a lot of singles and doubles, but like I played a lot of singles. So
Uh
it's
huh.
you're facing against one other opponent. So like, if I hit a bad shot,
Uh huh.
I'll like start talking to myself like a crazy person,
You're like,
and
that was
be
so
like, come
bad.
on.
Oh
Well, I'll be like,
gosh.
come on, like I'm like Andy, you gotta hit to his backhand. His backhand sucks. You
Yeah.
gotta hit it down the line. Like just cut. So I'm like used to talking to myself.
Mm.
And so that translated well to streaming. I was more nervous about like what do I do like when people come into chat or like what happens like what if I have to
Mm.
troubleshoot something, And
Right.
you
It's almost
can
like you
and
panic.
again, when you start doing anything you're going to be nervous, anything new. Um but I'm pretty used to like speaking in front of people. Like I feel like I don't
Yeah.
have a problem doing that.
Yeah.
Um and because I mean I do it quite a bit, but I just yeah I would be lying to you if I told you that I never got anxious. Like even with certain things, like even whenever I go to speak, or even like for example, even when doing like Melody of Madness at
Mhm.
Reconnect,
Mhm.
it's like I've done this before, but like of course I always get a little nervous because it's
Right.
like
Well,
what
you
if
nail
something
it
goes
every
wrong or
time.
whatever.
You're always up there, and I'm like,
Yeah,
what the? This guy is just a natural. Like,
but I would be lying if I if I said I never was anxious at all because
Right.
there's always, before doing anything like that, I always feel some sort of like anxiety or nervousness. Like I'm not somebody who like I've never struggled deeply with
Mm-hmm.
anxiety. Like I
Yeah,
get
yeah, yeah.
anxious, you know? But
It's just like
yeah, like I get
presenting,
nervous.
yeah.
I get nervous all the time. I
Yeah.
do. I think I'm just, but I start talking, I'm like, I've done this before. What am I
Everything's
doing?
fine,
It
yeah.
goes over. Yeah.
Yeah. So, in terms of creating content, or I guess even streaming, do you have any inspirations or any creators that you looked up to that maybe inspired you or inspired you to start? I know you mentioned some earlier, but maybe even goes further back than that.
Yeah. I think for me, actually, I don't really watch them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But my biggest inspiration to streaming was a channel called the Nean Cave. I don't know if you've ever watched any of their content.
No.
So
Fill
it
me
was
in.
yeah, so they were these three guys. It's two of them now. Um, and it's kind of also where I got the idea I want to do like a previously on like intro segment
Okay.
before my streams because it's like because they also treat it like an event, you know? And I'm like, oh, like that's because it's just really fun. And they were going through the Kingdom Hearts series for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like I was watching all their VODs and everything. And I just like love their vibe and like they had a green screen and I'm like, I want a green screen when I
Yeah.
start, like
Yeah.
so they were actually a big inspiration for me to kind of get started. It's also why like because they only streamed on YouTube. So when
Mm.
I started, I was only on YouTube. I was not YouTube and Twitch.
Wow.
I was only YouTube when I started because I was inspired by like what they're doing, and I'm like, oh, like I think like
Right.
if I do something, I want it to be kind of like that, And like
Mm-hmm.
their channel has changed a lot throughout the years, but they were actually the biggest inspiration for streaming
Mm-hmm.
personally. And yeah, like I said, I don't really watch a ton of them anymore, mainly because it's like, you know, a lot of the stuff that they play now, I'm not super interested in watching.
Right.
Um, but yeah, they were probably the biggest inspiration for me. Um, you know, going going live for the first time.
Yeah, I feel like it takes a certain kind of
Mm.
person to press go live. You know what I mean? You have to be like a little bit
Yeah, oh, it
crazy.
does. It does. It does. Especially when you're doing it for the first time.
Yeah.
But like here I am now, like I've made like so many friends because of it.
Right.
I got connected with, like I mean, I got connected with Landy, just to bring up Landy again.
Hmm.
I think in 2020, we've been friends since like 2020. I've
Oh
been friends
my
with the dude for like
goodness.
5 years.
How did that start?
He was so a buddy of ours named Steph, who
Hmm.
used to do Kingdom Hearts content, he had a podcast, and Landy also was doing his podcast too. But
Hmm.
Steph saw, I think, one of my videos, reached out to me, and he was like, "Hey, like, do you want to be on my podcast?" Shout out to Steph Cast, by the way. I don't know if he ever watches this. I don't know what he's doing right now, but like, yeah, he's the man. He's the man. And he reached out. He was like, "Dude, like, I wanna have you on my podcast." And so that was the first podcast I ever did. And Steph
Oh,
and
fun,
Landy were
fun.
knew each other and were tight before I knew him. And
Hmm.
so Steph was like, "Dude, like, you gotta have Andy on your podcast." So then Landy and I did a podcast. I don't remember what the first podcast was about. That I
Hmm.
well, my first Landy Lodge podcast was about. But yeah, we got connected, and like Landy and I just like we just like talked about like even just like
Hmm.
off camera. We
Nerded
just talked
out,
about all
broed
kinds of
out.
stuff, nerded out, broed out. Like we got into like deep theological talks, and I'm like, I love this
Love
dude.
it.
Like it was so, and now he's like one of my best friends on the internet
Yeah.
personally. And so yeah, that's how that kind of got started, and we've been, like I text them all the time. And like we'll
Yeah.
text each other all the time and just like talk about not even video games, just random stuff. And
And I'm
yeah, and then I think
assuming
like
you two have met in person probably more than once,
oh,
right?
multiple times. Yeah,
Right.
the
What's
first
that
time I
like?
met him what's the Landy Lodge like? This is
No,
turning
no,
into a
no, no,
lodge
no.
hype
I mean,
podcast. I'm kidding.
I mean, we can glaze Landy Lodge all
I'm
we want.
playing.
No,
I'm
no, no,
playing. I'm
no.
playing.
No, but what's it like to
Um,
meet someone through the online space and feel so connected, and then have that transfer into in real life
oh,
friendship?
there's nothing like it. Like it was like yeah, because I think Landy was one of the first online friends that I met in person. I met him before Cage 20. It was
Wow.
August, I think, of 2021. I drove to he where he was living at the time,
Hmm.
and because he wasn't like he was like a 7 hour drive for me, and I'm like I'm just gonna come
Oh
down for a
my
weekend.
goodness.
Yeah,
The commitment
yeah.
is
I was like,
crazy.
yeah, I was like, I'm gonna come down, and then like I got to meet him, and then I got to meet Charlotte, and it was just like, dude, like we've talked like over Discord, and like and now like we're hanging out, and like we went to like a steakhouse to go eat steak like
Hmm.
one of those days, and we hung out for the weekend. It was great, dude. There's nothing like meeting somebody in person after having like that strong online connection with. Like it's surreal. And it
Right.
was even more surreal at Cage 20
Hmm.
because I met everybody in bulk, dude. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, like
Yeah.
I've like watched your stuff for forever. Like I've like we've interacted in each other's chats and now we're meeting. Like it's wild. Like I've had like Treehouse, we've hung out in person multiple times. He's come here, I've went to go visit him.
Yeah.
Um Lance has come to visit me multiple times.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, and it's just like, and it's cool because it's like, even people that I was watching before I was even a content creator or doing
Hmm.
this stuff, I like met, and now we like follow each other, and now sometimes we talk. I'm like, what is happening? Like,
No,
this is the
I
craziest
agree. I
thing
agree.
ever. Yeah, it's a surreal experience, and I feel like I get to experience that like now almost every year with like Reconnect and
Right.
all this stuff because it's like I've a lot of people like I've already met, but I'm always meeting new people that I've seen online. It's I don't know, there's nothing that really tops it for me.
Right. It is a crazy experience, especially meeting so many people all in bulk, and then you're like, "Wow, you're taller or shorter than I thought," or I
Yeah,
get
I
to.
thought you'd be taller.
No, I get that
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah,
It's interesting.
yeah.
But to kind of go back to your content, do you feel like
Mm.
you have a mission statement or a why for what you create? Maybe it's not in the forefront of everything you do, but maybe there's like a through line or a backbone through it all.
Sure. Yeah, I feel like if I could, I love sharing my experiences with people. I love sharing just, my passion for video games and for stories and for things like that. And but there are times where it's like I have to remember that the people in the chat are
Hmm.
also people
Hmm.
behind a username. They're also people. You're a person, I'm a person, like we're all people. And so like I want to be somebody who like if I could put a smile on your face or like one of the biggest compliments for me is like, dude, I saw you play this game and now I'm gonna buy it because I saw you play it. I'm like, that's awesome. I love that. One of the best compliments you can say to me as somebody who streams. It's like, wow, like you liked watching this so much that you went to buy the game that I really love. Like
Claps.
it
Yeah.
that's one of my favorite like comments or chats to see. But yeah, it's I really enjoy, just like putting myself out there and being myself, and like if I can just like impact that one person, and I have this saying where like a lot of us want to like make a difference in the world, right? A lot of us want to change the world. If you want to change the world, you're going to change somebody else's world. The world is full of people,
Hmm.
okay? So like and if you ever, for example, if you ever have like a 500-piece puzzle and you're trying to put the puzzle together, you have like the cover, the image of like what it's supposed to look like. but you can't actually see what the image looks like until you put all the smaller pieces together. And so I'm a big believer in like the domino effect of like, if one person is impacted by me just being a goof, or
Right.
something that I say or
Hmm.
whatever it is, um, then that like they can go like impact somebody else because of
Hmm.
maybe something that I said or whatever. So I'm big on just like, you know, and like there have been times where, especially like early on, um, I obviously like, we've all had it happen as a streamer. Like you might have like that one person who just come in your chat and just kind of like trauma dump, like it happens,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Um,
The thing is,
and
it's tough sometimes because I feel like I've been on both sides of that, and you're like, sometimes I need
sure,
something, but then you're like, ooh, maybe this isn't
yeah,
the
and it's
space.
like, you kind of think like, okay, well, this isn't a public chat isn't the appropriate place to do
Hmm.
this. But then I also, the other side of me thinks, well, like this person is like genuinely hurting. So like I've literally stopped what I was like, I literally have had a handful of moments where I've stopped what I was doing on stream and just prayed for somebody, like
Wow,
in the
I
chat.
don't. I feel like I used to blitz a lot of your
Like,
streams, and I've never seen that.
well,
But
it's
yeah.
it's been a lot of I remember vividly playing Sekiro. It was like the third game I ever played. Somebody came in and you could tell that they were they were a bit out there, right? And
Hmm.
but I'm just like they're the only person in my chat right now, and also like they don't have anyone like to talk to about this stuff. So I'm like, let me just pray for you before I go fight like the final boss. Like, so
Right.
I've done it before. I it's probably been a while since I've actually done
Hmm.
something like that, but like there have been a handful of moments where I'm just like, I do that, and I try to tell people now. I'm like, hey, like if you really want like advice or want me to like message me,
Hmm.
especially like if I know you and you've been around for a
Right.
while. I'm more cautious now with people who it's their first time chatter and then they're
Right.
like, bada, 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 it's like, okay, it's like, all right, chill.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but like if you've been around for a while and I know who you are, like, don't be afraid to like, message me or open, if so I don't know. Like, I think I keep in mind that like people are people at the end of the day. Now, you have to have boundaries. Absolutely.
Right.
I have boundaries, like, and I've banned people for just saying
Running
things super out
wild.
of
Right.
pocket and
Yeah.
yeah, just going wild, right? But yeah, I mean like that, and that's something that like I want people to know that I'm a Christian,
Hmm.
and I know in like 2025, you know, that might be controversial to some people. My existence is controversial to people. I get it, but like that's like who I am, and
Yeah, you are
like
who you are, and you believe what you believe, and
yeah, and like
it's not
I
really up
want
for
to
negotiation. You know?
yeah, and I'm not going to compromise me to satisfy,
Yeah.
whatever.
Hmm.
And so I try to exemplify Christ to the best of my ability because like
Hmm.
that's my life, as a believer being like, I want to love and live like Jesus loved.
Hmm.
And I don't do it perfectly. I don't. I really don't. Like,
Hmm.
you and sometimes like you see me not do it perfectly. Like, yeah, I'll just be real because I'm not perfect, but that's where my hope's at, and that's where I want to represent well. I guess is what I'm trying to say to the
Hmm.
best that I can because like I believe that like sometimes like you might just and just even speaking to you might just say exactly what someone needs to hear you know
Exactly. Yeah.
and you never know how many people are impacted by like what you're doing just by going live and playing a video game. You
Hmm.
like it's crazy. Like you
Yeah.
just don't know. Um but yeah, so I guess like I don't know if I have like a mission statement.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like
And some people
I
just
am
straight up don't, you know? They're just like, I just want to be
yeah,
online,
I
you
I
know?
just I unapologetically want to be me,
Hmm.
and I also just like want to, I want to do what I can to like, you know, make somebody's life better,
Yeah,
however that whatever that can be.
right. So with that and your religious beliefs and also doing maybe the physical like workout elements, does that keep you grounded and
Yeah.
completely, because I think it is really easy to get caught up in the online world and go after trends or whatever, or maybe make friends with people that just seem popular or something.
Okay, so I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible. There are just certain people online, not even people that I follow. Some I do, some I don't, whatever. But like there's some people where like I just see that they're just trying to like they're trying to suck up to this person because like they're
Mhm.
a famous whoever, or like
Mhm.
they're trying to like they're posting this for clout. I know clout when I see it, bro. Like I
Right.
do. And so it's um and the reason why is because I've had thoughts like that. I'm like, oh, I could post this and be super controversial. And like sometimes I do, but then I'll just like post, mute conversation, and then I go on with my life while the internet is in
Maybe that's
flames
the
because I
healthy
just
way of
gave
doing that though, because it's like it's a
I
battlefield
do
out
it.
there
I do it.
sometimes.
I do it all the time. But I guess like yeah, like be like having a relationship with Christ and also going to the gym and doing all this stuff like IRL keeps me sane. Like
Yeah.
I because I have been in moments in doing content creation where like I caught myself like trying to like get this thing out or
Mhm.
this video out like because it's hot right now or to
Mhm.
like chase that trend. I've seen myself do that, and whenever I've done it, I'm like, man, I'm like tired and
Mhm.
burnt out, and I'm like, this is not fulfilling at all. It just doesn't fulfill me at all. And I see it happen all the time where I don't like self-promoting, like I'll do it in my Discord obviously when I go live, and then
But
I'll
that feels
make a
like the
post
appropriate
on
place to do that, right?
yeah, and then
Yeah.
I'll make like a post like on X or Blue Sky being like, "Hey, I'm live."
Mhm.
But like I've just never been a fan of like people might be upset that I'm about to bring this up.
I'll say
I don't care. Like
it.
so like okay, Reconnect's like coming up.
Mhm.
And so like, hey, if you want to like promote yourself and to chase a nomination for like the MDAs, like that's awesome. Like do that.
Mhm.
But like I just like don't feel good doing that. I see people do it all the time, and I'm friends with a lot of these people, and hey, like, if that's what fulfills you, that's great. And
Mhm.
but I don't like to like do stuff like that. It doesn't feel good for me. Like, I don't like to plug myself. I would rather plug like, hey, like, this is just me as a person, than
Mhm.
plug like, hey, watch this video that I made. It's really good, but also it's probably not that as good as I think it is. Like to be honest, um, and so I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
feel good about like self promotion and like you know going on like somebody's like Twitter thread and being like, oh hey, like I do this, but I don't know.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
me. It's not me. And
Yeah.
if that's you, that's cool. But like I just like that stuff, especially, and this is where like, and I don't like to call it being religious because
Mhm.
it's actually in the Bible, it's the religious people who got Jesus crucified.
Mhm.
It's the people who were like broken and were sinners that were attracted to him because it's a relationship, not a religion. And so, like, not to preach or anything, but like, I'm very passionate about this
This is
stuff.
your
It's just
your
me.
floor. You can say
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
you want.
So, like, so I being like a Christ follower, um, that is fulfilling enough for me. And like the stuff that I'm doing, you
Mm.
know, in my church and like, just IRL,
Yeah.
that stuff is fulfilling for me,
Hmm.
and then that's just me, but it's me personally. Everyone's going to be different, but you see, and you'll see it a lot with people who are famous and
Right.
these big content creators. You see that like, you know, these people like, and they'll even make posts about it. Like it's like, hey, like I'm struggling with depression.
Yeah.
I'm struggling with this. In a more severe case, you might see somebody
Yeah.
unalive themselves, right? And like,
Right.
not to be get dark, but like, I'm just being real. Like, let me just be real.
Yeah, you can be
Like,
real.
that stuff does not, it's like you can have all the fame and all the money and all the whatever, all the subscribers, all the followers, but at the end of the day, people like, that is not going to fulfill you.
Hmm.
And that's my message to people. It's not going to fulfill you. It really, like, it might for a time, but like, in my experience, because I've experienced some of the viral moments I have on my channel and on my TikTok and all, whatever, I've experienced it. In my experience, it's not everything it's hyped up to be. It's fun for a time, but like, it's not, like people are still struggling. Even people, the most famous YouTubers and content creators that are going through something, right? Doesn't matter how many followers you have, right? Like people like I in my experience, it's not the end all end all, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so like, and that's why going back to what we were talking about at the very beginning, I'm not going to do this forever. I don't want to do it full time, like maybe
Hmm.
part time at the very most, but probably not even that, because that wouldn't fulfill me. I'm fulfilled having fun doing what I'm doing now, and then having the content creation work life
Right.
balance outside of here. That's fulfilling to me. I would rather live a happy, fulfilled life and have nobody really know who I am than for millions of people to know who I am but feel dead inside,
Right.
like I have nothing.
Yeah, because it's still like, if you give and give and give and give, you really have nothing else at the end of the day. And I feel like with going viral or being popular on the internet, it's always fleeting or it's always way too far in the distance. So it's like
Yeah.
that, and okay, say you reach the
And
thing,
the
there's
other
always another goal.
you said exactly what I was thinking, because like that's the thing. It's like you tell yourself like, okay, I'm gonna get here, and then it's like, okay, well, I got here, but now I can go here. You're always gonna keep pushing for that goal, that goal, that
Mm.
goal, and it's like, and that's when it gets to the point where like it can consume you. It
Yeah.
can, and because it's like I do not want to be in a space where, or in a place physically and mentally, where like I'm pushing and pushing and pushing to do this content thing, but I never see my family,
Yeah.
or I never see my friends,
Yeah.
or like, my family hates me, right? They don't, thank goodness, for the most part. For
Yeah.
the most part, we
Your
all have,
sister,
we all
jury's
have
still
family
out.
stuff. My sister, I love my sister, man. My sister and she's one of my best friends. Like she is.
You can tell.
Yeah, we've been like this growing up. Like we fought maybe like once or twice, but it was over like, you know, not like, why are you eating out of the peanut butter jar? And I'm like,
Yeah.
because I want to. It's like stuff like that.
Yeah. Sibling
Um,
stuff.
yeah. So that's the stuff that matters to me. And like again, like fine. That's why I don't know. Like I don't even remember what the original. Oh, you were talking about there's always something. There's always
There's always something
another goal to
next.
chase.
Yeah.
There is, because it's like so many of us have like like a mountaintop view of
Mm.
life where it's like we're just seeking to climb this mountain.
Right.
And you get to the top of the mountain, and guess what? The only place you can go is down. You
Yeah.
gotta go down from the mountain sometime. And what people need to realize is for every 100 mountains, there's 99 valleys. So,
Mm.
like, life is mountains and valleys. And you can get to that mountaintop and you can achieve whatever, but eventually you got to go through a valley again. And when
It's a
you
good
think
point,
about it,
actually.
well, when you think about it, there's no vegetation on a mountaintop. Where's
Mm.
their vegetation? It's
In
in
the
the valley.
valley.
It's in the valley.
Yeah.
It's in those places that are going to challenge you,
Mm-hmm.
that are might be painful, that are going to be hard, but they're going to grow you in such a way to where, like, you're going to be like, I feel like I'm a whole different person than I was like 8 years ago. You know,
Thank
like
goodness you say
like
that. I say that to people
yeah,
sometimes, and they're like, "I've always been the same person forever," and I'm like, "No, that's not
that's
true."
not a good
Yeah.
thing.
No.
But I don't think that's a good thing either.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know. It depends, but like, like I people you see people's true character whatever they're going through things or how they react to
That
certain
is
things.
so true.
Yes, and you see it a
When
lot on
somebody's
the
at their
internet
peak,
with
and they're, brushed to their finest, or, being glazed or whatever, yeah, they're great.
yes,
But whenever they're going
yeah.
through something, you see the cracks.
When you go through the fire, there's two things that can happen. You either come out burned or
Mm,
you come out more refined.
yeah.
I want to come out more refined. And having the mindset of like I'm going to go through valleys because not life is not sunshine and rainbows and all mountains.
Yeah.
There's no vegetation on the mountain. You get to the top of a mountain, it's probably freezing, right? You got to come down at some point, and that's where you grow as a person is during those hard times. Even as a content creator, that's where you
Mm,
can grow as well. Of
yeah.
just like like you put out a video that you've spent weeks on, and this has happened to me, weeks of your life, and it's like barely anybody watched it. It's like what the heck? And then it's like, what am I doing? So um and it's easy for people to just post their wins. It's not
Right.
easy to like
The
post to
highlight
be
reel.
vulnerable.
Hmm.
Yeah, but that's what just social media in general
Oh,
is a lot
yeah.
of the time. It's like you're
Yeah.
seeing people's best hits, their highlight reels, but like, you know, like where you actually where like your true character comes out whenever you're by yourself, you know.
Right.
And, you know, so that's why like taking, not pumping out content like this
Right.
doesn't appeal to me because like I'm gonna burn myself out, and also like I'm not gonna have time for myself. Like self-care
Mm.
is a real thing, dude. I gotta take care of myself. If I don't take care of myself, brother, sister, like no one's gonna be happy whenever I go live next. I'm gonna be miserable. I gotta
Right.
take care of myself, and I
Andy
haven't,
with his 70
there
step skincare routine. I'm kidding. I'm
with my
kidding.
skin, nah, it'll get worse if you follow my routine. Um, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but like,
My
no, like,
bad.
take care.
I threw you off
No, you're
there.
good. You're good. Take care of yourself, people. Take care of yourself. That is the most important thing that you can do, whether you're a content creator or not. If you don't take care of yourself, it's going to show. It's
Yeah.
going to show. It's going to
Yeah.
reflect in your content. It's going to reflect in your relationships.
Hmm.
It's going to reflect it at work, like I
Right.
recently got out of the job that I was working for the last 2 years because I realized that like it was bringing out the worst in me. And like I would come home and
Hmm.
I'm like, I'm
Angry.
miserable. Yeah, and I'm just like, man, this sucks. And it's like, and there would be
Uh,
times where it's like I would plan to stream that day, but it's like
yeah.
I just don't, I can't, like, I'm just
Yeah.
mentally not there. Like, I had to leave that place to, like, and reset. That's what this summer has been for me. It's just, I've been resetting,
I
the
love a
whole
good
summer, and
reset.
it's been so good. Oh my gosh,
Well,
but
and
it's been
then you
so
went
good.
to Japan, what, like last year or the year before?
That was in 2023. Yeah, that was in 2020. So I've been planning to do that for years.
Uh huh.
That was a trip that was planned for 2020, actually, for me to
Oh,
go.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then COVID
Yeah.
happened. I didn't get to go then, but I got the, and for those of you who don't know, I went to Japan for 3 months
Hmm.
as a short-term missionary. It's something I've always wanted to do, and I loved it. And it was great, and I just, yeah, I got to I went to Tokyo for a week, which was cool. Like I got to see different areas and meet a lot of people, and it was fun. It was a good time. But
I'm sure.
that was nice
Right, but
being
in those
offline.
yeah, but so in those moments, do you ever feel like you have FOMO? You're like, man, the rest of, I'm over here, but the rest of the online space is still going.
Sometimes. Um,
Yeah.
Not in the sense of, oh, they're doing their they're making content and I'm not.
Hmm.
But there have been, I'll give you a perfect example, and I'm still upset about this day. So sometimes I hate I do get FOMO if I miss out on a big reveal of
Right.
something. So for example, this was we were going to, yeah, it was Reconnect, the last Reconnect.
Hmm.
And I usually, if I don't have time to see it live, I'll usually record my reaction to a Nintendo Direct or State of Play or something, because I don't know what's going to be there.
Right.
And every Nintendo Direct, I'm like, I don't really give a lick what Nintendo shows, but there is one thing that I want. It's Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door of the
Oh
Switch.
man.
That is the one thing that I wanted. That's all I wanted. That's it,
Yeah.
and I was happy. It's the only thing I wanted from Nintendo. And every direct that I reacted to, I would say the same thing over and over again. The weekend we're going to Reconnect, they have a Nintendo Direct, and the one time that I don't get to react or record it or live stream it, guess what they show at the very end? Thousand Year Door on Switch,
You're like,
remake, by the
no,
way. And I'm like, are you
brother.
kidding me? That's the only thing I wanted. I didn't even get to see it, and I'm not gonna fake a reaction.
Right.
I saw it
Some
because
people do that.
people were texting me about it. I'm like, are you
Dang.
kidding me? Of course I missed it, dude. So
No.
yeah, that happened. And I think that same weekend there was a State of Play and they revealed an FF7 Rebirth trailer. And I'm like, you've got
Oh
to be
my
freaking kidding
goodness.
me. So
Throw it all out the window.
stuff I've had moments like that where I'm like, I cannot believe it's the only Nintendo Direct that I never reacted to.
Right.
And because I was gone for the weekend, I'm like, well, there's nothing for me to react to. I'm not
Right.
gonna fake it. I
Dang.
saw it, and I watched the trailer. So, but yeah, so sometimes I get FOMO with stuff like that. But in terms of you know, like the Japan thing, that was a dream thing for me. I wanted to do
Right.
that.
You're like, I'm
I'm
living.
good.
Yeah.
I'm
Whatever's
good.
online will be
And
there.
yeah, whatever's online will be there. I'm not going anywhere. A lot of the games that I stream nowadays are games in my backlog,
Hmm.
So it's these games have been out for years. I'll finish it eventually.
Yeah.
I don't have I feel like I don't have FOMO for stuff like that. Now an example would be whenever Expedition 33 came out, which by the way, Expedition 33 is really good. It's one of the best games ever made. You should go play it right now. It's
So
literally
much so that
that
Andy told
game.
me he would put me in a headlock, and I screenshotted
I
this, so I
did.
will put this in this video log.
I mean,
But my
I'm
God, you love that game.
reconnects in a month. Um,
Okay.
I know you're gonna be there. All right.
I
Like
don't know. Who
somebody's
knows?
getting put in a headlock if they don't play this game. That's all I'm saying. Not naming names or anything. But
I don't know who that could
I
be.
this game came out and I'm just with the first 8 hours in, I'm I think this is one of the best games I've ever played. Even just 8 hours in, and I'm I need to finish this before I get spoiled, and before, like, I
True.
need to be with the person who finishes it so I can talk about it,
Right.
because all my friends are talking about it. Not all of them, but like all my friends are talking about it, right? Because they played it. So like there's FOMO and like stuff like that, but it depends. It depends on the game, it depends on the place, it depends on the whatever.
Right.
I do experience it. I do experience it in certain situations, but a lot of times I really don't.
Yeah.
So it just kind of depends.
I mean, that's a great place to be honest with you. Well, in your opinion, what is the best and worst thing about being online as a content creator? Or even just a viewer of content? I mean, clearly we talked about FOMO,
Oh,
but
wow. Yeah. Best and worst thing about being online as a content creator. I think the best thing is I get to share my experiences with people, and I get to share my love for certain games with people, because like when you love something, people who love that thing are going to like want to be a part of what you're doing, and like so like um I have a lot of people in my chat who love like JRPGs. It's
mhm.
like it's probably mostly everybody in my chat like loves some kind of JRPG, and that's a lot of what I've streamed over the years. And so building a community of people who love what you love is so fun. And it's one of the
Yeah.
best parts about doing this, because now I also have an outlet, of people that I can talk to,
Right.
right? And I have friends IRL who are,
They
into like some
dabble.
of the stuff I'm into, but like they dabble. But it's not like it's different with with my online community
Right.
and people like you and just like all my friends like that. It's like, oh, like no, like you're a gamer, like we can get into the nitty gritty about like Persona 5 Royal third semester,
Yeah.
and talk,
Yeah.
just as an example. I can't
Yeah.
do that with any of my friends in the real world, with the exception of like one that I can think of who's
Right.
actually played the entire game, as an example. But yeah, that's one of the best parts about being online. The worst. Oh man.
Be honest.
Yeah. I'm trying to, how do I guess like the worst in my experience, and I just fizzle things out at this point because I just don't care. But like seeing every fandom has a toxic side.
Oh my gosh.
And when this happens to me all the time, where it's like, okay, I have a thought about something. I'm gonna post it. And of course that post, everybody's commenting on it. I'm like, I didn't want this to blow up. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
I thought I could talk about this. Um, just I see a lot of like the online elitist toxicity, like the elitist mentality of certain, just not just certain users, but even like content creators
Mhm.
in specific
It's very real.
spaces. Yeah. There are certain communities that I am a part of
Mhm.
where some of these creators give themselves so fervently to this community that like you almost become elitist and gatekeepy in a
Mhm.
way.
Yeah.
And it's mainly on like Twitter. Like that's where I see it the most. Um but
It's a
like
breeding ground, I swear.
it is, and but like every community has, that
Yeah.
group of people, and I've been experiencing it a lot. I didn't think Expedition 33 had a toxic side, to be honest. And then some of my videos went viral, and I'm like, there they are. There they are,
Did you encounter the
coming out of the shadows.
parryists? I feel like they're like, if you can't hit it,
Uh,
man, then why are you
oh,
playing?
okay. So here I will give you the perfect example. So like the hardest super boss in the game,
Mhm.
um, which I will not talk about because of spoilers, in Expedition 33. This boss it's meant to be insanely difficult. And I tried to fight him for like 5 minutes until he did something in one of his like phases that I'm like, nah, you're gonna do that. Gloves are off.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
I'm
good.
just gonna put all the BS. So I ended up one-shotting him.
Oh,
And it took me a while to figure out a build
yeah.
to one shot the hardest super boss in the game. Dude, the amount of comments that are like, why would you one shot this boss? It's not even satisfying. Like, why not just fight him legit? Like, why not do this? Like, I did an all parry run, no damage, blindfolded, audio cues only
What is with
of this.
that?
And it took me like 3 weeks to do. And I'm like, brother, I have a life.
That's
Like,
exactly the
and,
point.
like, yeah,
Oh my
like I will play
god.
the game how I want. Me figuring out that build was satisfying enough for me. And
Right.
like I saw, I was very considerate of this boss's time
Right.
to wipe the floor with me. I let him do
Wipe the floor with
all
me.
of the disrespectful, unorthodox things to me,
Yeah.
and I saw like a lot of his moves. I'm like, that's cool,
Mm.
but I've got to go, so I'm gonna
Right.
one shot this guy. Yeah, so I've experienced that recently, and
Oh my
I see it
god.
like, so like I think I have not. I'm gonna make this meme. I haven't made it yet, but in Kingdom Hearts 2, where like Auron is talking to Hades
Yeah.
right after Hades like revives him. And Ford's like, this is my story. You're not part of it. And he's
Mm-hmm.
like, I am the Lord of the Dead. And he's like, well, no wonder no one wants to die. It's hilarious. It's like peak writing in Kingdom Hearts, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like, so like Hades is like people who are just like gatekeepers and want to like
Mm-hmm.
backseat all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then Orin's like the streamer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like Hades is like, or like you're just like, I just want to experience this game on my own. And
Yeah.
Hades is like, do you know who you're talking to? I'm the Lord of JRPGs. I
Yeah.
played every
Yeah.
Final Fantasy, every Persona, 100% in platinum, like
Right.
whatever. And then it's like me, it's like, well, no wonder nobody wants to play that JRPG.
Right.
Like
You're kind of the worst of
it's
it.
yeah. So, but the thing is, though, it's and this is what I've been realizing that in most of these communities that I have seen
Mm-hmm.
in my experience, the toxic part is a very loud minority. The majority of these people in those
True.
spaces are wonderful. They're wonderful. You know, the Kingdom Hearts community, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I have my gripes with the way certain people act, but
Mm-hmm.
like it's a loud minority of people.
Mm-hmm.
Most people that I know in the Kingdom Hearts community are wonderful people. They're amazing. They're some of the coolest people I know. Uh,
And
but
then
there
there's
is a loud
them.
minority
And then there's
that
them.
exists.
Yeah.
Yes. And so, yeah. So I just, I would say the worst part is dealing with just like you're always going to deal with those kinds of people. But I know how to deal with those people now. I just
Mm-hmm.
don't.
I just
Like,
don't. You
I
tweet and
just
then you
don't.
use silence. Mute the
It's like,
phone.
I mean, but it depends.
Right.
But okay, it does depend though, because like if somebody says something that I think is just factually incorrect, I'm
Right.
going to like
You're
say
like, all
something.
right, let's
Or
go.
if you
Crack knuckles.
assume something about me
Mm.
that is factually incorrect,
Mm-hmm.
like you can roast me all you want, I don't care. But
Mm-hmm.
if you assume something about me that's not accurate, I'm gonna be like, whoa, like you don't know me,
Right.
like
And at the
get
really,
out of here,
no
you
one
know?
knows these content creators. Like, really,
Yeah.
let's be honest.
Mhm.
Which is kind of
Yes.
my whole thing here is trying to get to know the person behind whoever is on
Yes.
for stream because they're not always the same, and you can't be at that level all the time. That would be exhausting. My
Yes.
goodness.
which is why, going back to what we were talking about earlier, I cannot see myself doing this full time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whenever I'm on, I want to be on,
Mm-hmm.
but like, I cannot do that 5 days a week, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I can't. And then and then making clips on the side and like other stuff on the side and like manage. Yeah, I can't do it. I
Yeah.
know my limits. Um,
The
and
line
that's
goes
just like
from getting scooted to being blurred to just being not there. You just
yeah.
expose
And
everything at that point.
and that's just me being vulnerable and real. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like I enjoy this, but like like I know if I try to fully commit, I'm gonna burn myself out, and it's not gonna be enjoyable for anybody
Right.
at that point.
What is your biggest self critique? I know this may need like require you to be a little self aware,
I
but
have multiple, I think.
oh, okay.
I biggest self critique. Here's like a minor one. It's well not minor to some people it's not minor, but to me it's like
Mm-hmm.
I just need to be better at it. And it's silly, but we talked about it earlier. I have a
Mm-hmm.
bad habit of talking over cutscenes sometimes. When I'm streaming. Like I do, and I think I'm genuinely like good at just like being engaged with
Yeah.
what's going on. But there's always like that one they drop that one bombshell, and I'm fixated on something else that I'm theorizing
Right.
about, and I'm like, oh shoot, wait, what did they say? Yeah, like that. That's like a small, like silly thing, but it is an
Mm-hmm.
honest like critique in terms of streaming.
Right. And offline?
Self-critique. So I think like for me is like I think like sometimes I have a hard time like sometimes I get too fixated on one thing, and when I'm fixated on that one thing and it doesn't go as planned, I tend to beat myself up over it. And it can be this has not even doing with content, just in general, just whatever it is. Because like this has happened at work, this has happened, um, or like maybe I said something to somebody, just like one of my friends, and I'm like, why did I say that? That was so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or like I might have said something that hurt someone's feelings, and I'm just like, oh dang, like I'm gonna be thinking about that for a while, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and I think like just getting over myself and forgiving myself
Right.
when
Like not being
I
perfect.
mess up. Yeah, I think that's my I strive every day to be better at that. I think I am getting better at that, and I have been better at that. But I'm not perfect at it. And so like sometimes you just gotta kinda let things, whatever's in the past is in the past, and that's it, and just forgive and forget. But I tend to like fixate on things, and then when that thing goes wrong, I get like really frustrated.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me. It's easy for me to hide it, especially on camera. But like, like sometimes like, whenever I shut everything off, I need to go take a walk, dude, and just like vent to myself or do
Right.
something be like, brother, like I'm so annoyed that that just happened, or I gotta call
Right.
somebody. Um, yeah, I tend to beat myself up a lot whenever things don't go well, and it's minor things too. It's not even life or death, and I have to be better at. I'm trying to be better at reminding myself of like this is just like silly stuff. You're gonna forget about it tomorrow,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So
Especially, I mean, if we as it relates to content creation, sometimes you'll say the one thing and it didn't come out the way that maybe you wanted. You're like thinking about it for the next few
it
days, and
happens. It
nobody
happens
cares
to me all
after
the
that.
time.
You're just like,
Nobody
well,
cares after that. Yeah,
yeah.
it happens to me a lot. And yeah, I think that's something that I work on every day. Um, I'm sure there's other critiques I have
No,
of
you're good.
I I guess another one would be like I just want to like sometimes I just want to go and just start the next thing without finishing the previous thing. If we're
Oh my
talking about
god,
content,
I'm the guiltiest of that. I'm
yeah,
like,
like
I
I
had
will
this
be like,
idea. Never mind.
yeah, well, like, or I'll get started on a project,
Mhm.
and then I will just be like, oh, but I really want to do this, and then I will not touch that project for months, sometimes even
Yeah.
years, to be
Yeah.
honest. And I just like so like it's like I either get hyper fixated on something to
Hmm.
where like I get frustrated when it goes wrong, or I I get hyper fixated on trying to do multiple things at once,
Hmm.
and then I never get any of it done.
Yeah, I think that maybe goes hand in hand with just being a creative person. It's like, oh, I got this thing.
Yeah.
I really want to move on it right now, and then you're like, well, maybe
Yes.
I just had this other thing, and now I feel like that's more important. And maybe
Yeah.
you circle back, but I think that is just what it's like to be a creative person. And I mean, some people are more
Yeah.
disciplined with things like that. I am not one of those people, but good on
I'm
them.
trying to be.
Right.
I'm being. I think I'm getting better at it, but it's hard sometimes because it's like,
Mm,
you know, sometimes I don't have the motivation to
right.
do X, Y, or Z, or sometimes I have too much motivation that I forget to eat that day. Like
Well,
it goes both
maybe
ways.
eat. But
Yeah.
yeah, I totally understand. So, as far as your content, what are you most proud of? Or which video or piece of work is
Oh.
your personal favorite rather than, the numbers reflected this,
Oh.
but my personal favorite is this?
I have a couple. Yeah. See if I can rank them. I'm gonna rank my top three here.
Okay, okay.
Um, so like something that I love about making videos is like I like telling a story. Even whenever I'm like making a theory video, just having like the right clip at the right time when I'm saying that thing just hits a little bit different sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, One of my favorite videos I ever did, I used to do these, and I this is another like I want to do more of them, but I just never have. I haven't done them for literally years. It's probably been 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I made a handful of these like Kingdom Hearts like tribute videos for certain characters,
Mm-hmm.
specifically like a couple of the villains, and I did one for Zigbar, and it's called Worthy. And so like the title
Right.
I made like 5 or 6 of these videos. Like I did one for Vanitas, I
Mm-hmm.
did one for Luxord, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, these are characters that have a story to tell,
Mm-hmm.
and
And they're dripping in personality.
dripping like poor like yes, oozing
Yeah.
even. And I love being able to like just get clips of just things that they've said and making a story out of it. And the title for like that video, it's a line that he says. He
Mm-hmm.
says, "Oh, I am worthy." That's the title. It's worthy. And that's the whole point of the video, to kind of show his story that we know of up to that point.
Yeah.
Um and like another one I did Vanitas. It's called "The Shadow That You Cast." And so
Mm-hmm.
that's a line that he says to Sora. "You define me. I'm the shadow that you cast." That's him. That's his
Mm-hmm.
story. And so like I'd say like that's probably like my number 3 favorite off the top of my head that I've made. Um my number 2 would probably be, I made a video called "The Gospel According to Kingdom Hearts"
Mm-hmm.
years ago.
This is the
That
rechain
was
one.
it's the thumbnail is Rechain Riku
Okay.
on the thumbnail.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thumbnail, but it's
I
like
remember watching that
I
one thoroughly, and I was like, "This is interesting."
yeah, it's exemplifying, or it's showing, like certain characters who I believe are very Christ-like and how they're
Mm,
Christ-like. And so I loved doing that because it was kind of a passion project for me of
mm,
like getting to share my faith with my favorite franchise.
mm-hmm. Blending
Um
the two
and
together.
so yes. And so um yeah, like Riku, for example. Riku is just me. Like I'm not as cool as Riku, but
Yeah, Andy, come
like
on.
but
I'm
he's the most
kidding.
human. He's one of the most human characters. You
Yeah.
see the struggles he goes through. You see like the people who guide him along the way. You see him conquer his darkness, and like you see like, I guess, the gospel in Riku's story.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I love that. Like, Axel was one of my favorites to do because his is
Mm-hmm.
like, his whole thing is like the fiery love of God. Like, he's my favorite scene in the whole franchise. It's still my favorite scene to this day. Is when it's Axel and Shion at the mansion towards the end of the game,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "They're gonna destroy you," and then Shion's like, "Don't hold back," and he's like, "You just keep running, but I'll always be there to bring you back." And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, that's the gospel. That's the prodigal son. That's
Mm-hmm.
Jesus leaving the 99 for the one. That's the gospel right there.
Yeah.
So making that video was awesome. Um, I think my proudest work, my favorite video that I've ever made is the Dev Relic experience, the
Oh
Crash
my
4 Dev Relic
gosh. That's
experience.
crazy.
I think that's my favorite video I've ever
That's
made ever
insanity in a video.
because yes, because
I remember you
it's
running those and being like, man.
well, I was really bummed. So like I whenever I and for those of you who don't know, like Crash Bandicoot 4 time trials, there's 4 tiers of relics. You only need the platinum to really platinum the game, but there's another harder, like the hardest you can get is the dev relic. It's the developer times. There's 38 levels. I did all 38 of them. Got every dev relic in the game. It took forever. And I was upset because I didn't save. I only did it on Twitch because like I first when I did it, I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it. And I hate leaving things unfinished. I hate leaving
Mm-hmm.
playthroughs unfinished and challenges unfinished. So I was like, I don't want to like, I'm not gonna be able to do this. And then I did it. And I'm like, well, dang, I need to do something with this. So I made a video talking about my experience and what some people, I don't know if people realize this, but like the footage that I had to get, I had to run a lot of those levels again just to get the
You're
footage that
like,
I
I am a
needed.
pro now.
Yeah, I had to run them again. And I had to like do certain things I had to like make it look natural and not like
Right.
scripted in like the footage that I was getting. And like if you've made videos like that, you know exactly what that means.
Mm-hmm.
But like I I got to make my experience like here's tips and tricks. Here's my favorite levels that I ran. Here are the absolute worst levels that I ran that I wanted to, stick my hand in a blender for just to soothe the pain. That's literally a line in the script that I wrote
Oh
in the
no.
video. But I had so much fun with it because it was a format that I've never done before,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like I get to be silly and goofy and incorporate like some IRL stuff that I'm doing in the video. Like I have a joke in there where like one of the levels is called shipping error.
Mm-hmm.
And a joke that I have in there is like it's like, oh, shipping, I don't remember how it goes, but it's like shipping error is exactly what you would expect a shipping error to be. And it's like an Amazon package and it's like it's the world ends with you, like the video game. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
huh, my copy of Persona 5 looks way different than I thought. Because like
Yeah.
people were always pairing those two for some
Right.
reason, even though they have like one thing in common.
Right.
Um and so it's just like I got to do stuff like that. I got to experiment. It was a completely different format, and I had so much fun doing it. And I want to do more stuff like that, but it takes so much time.
Yeah.
It takes so much time. I'm actually, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, but one of the big projects that I'm working on is something kind of similar to the Dev Relic experience video,
Mm.
but it's something Kingdom Hearts related.
Okay.
And that's all I'll say. It's a
Right.
massive project. It's taken me forever. I started it in January just
Oh
to give
my
you,
goodness.
and I've just been on and off with it.
That's his
But
hour every
that was
day.
well, now it is. It is. Well, it's
Yeah.
trying. I'm trying to be now.
Yeah.
But that's probably my favorite video I've ever made. I had the most fun ever making.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because like I felt like this, and it doesn't even have a lot of views. It has maybe over 1,000 views. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But I had so much fun with it. I'm like, wow, like I did this.
Mm-hmm.
This is like one of my passion projects making this video. So if I could rank them, that would be the ranking right there.
Wow.
That was a long answer to
No,
like,
I like
yeah,
that.
But yeah,
because not everything that gets the numbers is exactly what maybe you're most passionate about or what stands out to you
yeah,
the most. So asking that question, I hopefully in a perfect scenario, the content creators really enjoy the stuff that they're making. But as I'm doing
yes,
this podcast, I'm really realizing that that's not always true. So it's interesting.
right.
It is interesting. Or the
Yeah,
thing you maybe are known for is not the thing that you're most passionate about, which, not to say that you're not passionate about Kingdom Hearts, but
yeah. I mean,
you know,
I don't even know like what people like. It's weird because people like know me for certain things, like different things.
okay.
Like I'm not like I don't know. I like at
Yeah.
least that's how I see it because
Yeah.
it's like I don't I love Crash Bandicoot, but I don't do a lot of I do Crash content every now and then, and
Hmm.
like I had my favorite video that I've ever made is a Crash video, you
Yeah.
know. But like a lot of people know me from Kingdom Hearts. A lot of people found me from like my Persona 5 Royal playthrough.
Hmm.
A lot of people have been watching the Expedition 33 playthrough. So like a
Yeah.
lot of people like have known me for different things. And like I don't know. Like I don't know if there's like maybe you can speak differently because like you like you're not in my head. Like in my head,
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
like I'm just doing what I want to do. I
No,
don't like
yeah.
people,
Really,
so
and that thing is more for me personally, the way that I see content creators that have a variety because and make it a point to have a variety is for me, I don't like to ever be put into a box or be known as one thing. And I know
that's
a lot of
how I
people's brains work that way. Um, I don't know. Certain people would probably call me the insert game here girl, but like to me that doesn't mean anything. And I mean, if it's
how
what
I
you're
feel.
sharing and it's if you just love RPGs and that's what it is, and people decide to make you this one thing, that's on them, you know?
Yeah, that's probably what a lot of people like. That's probably at least on my channel, a lot of people watch the RPG content.
Yeah, I mean,
And
you have
I
so
realize
much of
that.
it.
Yeah, and so it's like that makes sense. But like every now and then, like I do something different, and it doesn't
Yeah.
get as much
You should
viewership. But
just
it's like,
throw
well,
in
I
a
still want to do it.
poetry again, just out of left field.
Spoken word.
Be like,
Yeah,
the real ones
that'll
know, and then you
probably
just poetry slam them.
that will probably not happen again unless somebody comes up to me with a vision
Right.
and is like, dude, like, do you want to like? I have a vision of like a project I want to make. Do you want to like write or record something for me? I'd be like, yeah,
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 let's do it.
let's do it, dude.
Well, dang. Is that what's next for you? If you had to give it a name, I know you just finished Clear Obscure, you've been doing Xenoblade, you also have YouTube coming down the pipeline. What's next for Andy Brew?
Oh man, yeah. So right now I'm playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It's a first playthrough. I'm just finished chapter 2, so very early on. So I I'll
You
tell
could
you what I'm
also
doing right
just
now, and I'll
say
tell you what I
coming back to real life, you know?
Oh yeah. Like what I'm doing in real life. There's a
Yeah,
lot of things going on
anything.
in real life.
What's next for Andy? It doesn't have to be
Yeah, yeah,
gaming
yeah.
related at all.
I'll give you the spiel. I so content wise, I'll tell you what I'm doing now. So I'm going through a Xenoblade series. I'm on Xenoblade 2, just started. I'm doing a Kingdom Hearts 3 Critical Level 1 run, which I might be doing tomorrow, but it'll depend on how I'm feeling, you know?
Hmm.
Because I used to like, I know this is going like so long probably, but like
It's fine.
I used to make like stream schedules,
Hmm.
but I was so awful at like upholding them. So now
Oh
it's
my
just
gosh,
like,
I
I
actually
don't,
meant to bring that up earlier in our conversation because I feel when we were talking about burnout and in
yeah,
my mind, anytime I've
setting the
seen people,
expectation.
right, like anytime I've seen people create a schedule and become very strict with it, like don't get me wrong, discipline is great. You should do that,
Yeah,
especially, if you really want to do this content thing, like yeah, create a schedule. But for me, anytime that I ever tried to do that when I was streaming, it just felt like, well, when the day came, maybe I had a bad day at work, maybe I just wasn't feeling it. And I don't want to
and
go
that happens.
online, right? I don't want to go online and give a version of myself that's not at maybe 9, 8, 9,
That's not
10.
yes.
Because
Yes.
say somebody stumbles onto the stream that day, and what's the point? Like, I don't want to
Exactly.
give weak content or
So
something that's
I
not me.
I would do stream schedules and then be like, and then something would come up because like my life is very spontaneous. Like
Hmm.
something would come up, or like even it'll be like stuff like a friend of mine that I haven't talked to in a long time will be like, dude, you want to like get coffee? And I'm like, I was gonna stream tonight, but yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, yeah,
Like just like
yeah,
because that stuff's important to me.
yeah,
So I just don't do stream schedules. I abolish it. I just go like I'm live whenever I'm live. Like I'll
yeah,
notify you when I'm live,
yeah.
but like I'm not gonna unless there's like a very specific event happening where it's like I'm going to be there for.
Hmm.
And yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, so I don't even do stream schedules anymore. So that's why I'm like maybe I'll be live tomorrow, but like I really
Who knows?
you know,
Yeah.
who knows? Um so I'm doing Kingdom Hearts 2 and Critical Level 1, doing Xenoblade 2. I have plans obviously to do Xenoblade 3.
Hmm.
Um I have plans probably going to be 2026, but I'm going to play Persona 3, which I know is one of your favorites, which I'm
I'll be
very
there.
excited for. Um and but that's like next year. Like I'm gonna start Lies of P soon. That's
Okay.
probably be
DLC?
starting soon. And yeah, I'm probably just gonna be doing Xenoblade, Lies of P, Kingdom Hearts, something, Critical
Yeah.
Level 1. I already forgot what I was doing. um and yeah, just I like to just play anything that I feel like is going to be a good experience to like stream, or like anything that's like I love like character driven stories and plots and things like that. So like I'm loving Xenoblade right now. That's what I have planned right now.
Right.
Um I have some things going on behind the scenes that I'm not ready to announce yet. That I want to like get rolling, but it's kind of, it's
Early stages.
it's kind of like it's not the right time yet,
Yeah.
And then I have a couple of I have two big video projects that I'm working on. One's a Kingdom Hearts project. One is not a Kingdom Hearts project. That's all I'll say.
Hmm.
Um, when that'll be out, maybe it'll come out this year. Maybe it won't. I don't know. Like
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. It'll kind of depend. But yeah, that's kind of content wise for me. Um, Next month will be our reconnect. I'll be seeing you and a bunch of other Kingdom
True.
Hearts homies
Yeah.
there. I am, in terms of just my life, I'm very involved with my church, as I said. Like literally, the day that I come back from reconnect, I'm driving like over an hour to a camp for the rest of the week because like our students are going to like a summer camp, and I'm going to be like a leader there. So I need to like I'm not going to be online for a couple of weeks when reconnect hits because I'm just
Yeah.
busy, doing
Yeah.
stuff like that. Um haven't told this to any well, I've told this to a couple people, but like haven't announced it publicly. I started taking voice acting classes. So I'm doing that
Whoa,
in
that's
my free time.
huge. I feel like you have the
And
voice for it.
I, the imposter syndrome hits a lot of the
Nah,
times. Like I
dude.
feel like I don't, but literally like my walk-in closet, which is right here, I'm turning into a recording booth right
Nice.
as we speak. Like I'm throwing stuff in there right now. I'm just kidding. But that's what I was doing before I came out here. I'm cleaning some stuff out. So I'm
Yeah.
doing that in my free time, and just seeing if it's something that I want to do, and if I'd enjoy it. And I know I would enjoy it, but like I said, um, is that thing going to be something that's going to be fulfilling for me? Maybe,
Mm,
maybe it won't be.
right.
Um,
You'll
so
never
yeah,
know
and
if
then
you
I'm
don't
just
try it.
spending a lot of time with friends and family, especially this summer. Family's complicated. I've got some family stuff going on,
Hmm.
so I'm spending a lot of time with like my grandma,
Mm,
and my brother-in-law and sister and things like that. And that's the stuff that's like important to me.
mm.
So I'm probably not going to be streaming as much as I was whenever Expedition 33, whenever we were playing that
Every
game,
day.
because like literally I was playing it every day. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I things are good right now. I was in a crazy financial situation where like I didn't have a job, and my car broke down, and actually on Saturday I was able to get a finally get a car,
Oh my
and
goodness. That is
some
so
people
stressful, so I feel for
some
you.
people I'm thankful because there's been a handful of people, online friends in the community, who actually like just help donate to help me get a down payment, which was I'm super grateful for. And it a little bit goes a long way.
Yeah.
So yeah, just like there's just a lot of things happening in my life, and
Right.
but I feel good. I feel good. I'm happy. Like I'm excited for all the new things that are going to be happening. I'm excited to continue doing what I'm doing. And yeah, you can find me on YouTube as Andy Brew. On Twitch, I'm AndyBru48. Maybe the 48 will come out of the name soon. I don't really know
Right.
at this point. We'll see. Um, and yeah, I do a variety of games. I mostly do first playthroughs. But like I'll do whatever.
Yeah.
I like to do
Watch
I
out for
like
the
to do all kinds
next
of stuff.
theory video, character specific Kingdom Hearts video. You never know.
Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen, right? I think I'm averaging maybe dropping one Kingdom Hearts theory a year now. Like that's
That
probably
would
what
be
it's like.
good.
Because before I was like pumping them out, but now I'm just like, yeah, I'll just whenever I have time.
Yeah.
But honestly, there are people who do it better than me. I'd rather just let them take care of it, so I don't have to stress about it. Um,
Well,
but
this
yeah,
has been huge, Andy. Thank you for sharing all the things that you've shared. I know we usually
yeah,
don't get
it's
to
been an
see
honor.
creators in this light, so thank you for sharing. Everyone, this has been Andy Brew. Please check out Andy over on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok for gaming reactions, maybe other things. And I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Peace.